Hello, welcome to the next class of electronic product design. In the previous class, we have studied the basic phases of product development under the category of systems engineering. In this class, we are going to study about the next important concept, that is man-machine dialogue and industrial design, and the user-centered design and 5 elements of successful design. What is man-machine dialogue and industrial design? Man-machine dialogue is nothing but it is a human interface of the product, or it is a communication between a product and the user. So entire product communication with the user and its thorough study is nothing but man-machine dialogue. So what this man-machine dialogue defines, it defines user's view, user's perspective, set of interactions and understanding of instrument from user's point of view. Basically, the point of view of designer and users may differ. Most of the time, these views are always different. So it is always necessary to consider the user's view also while developing the product. So users view and user interface, it entirely affects the design of the product. So what we can say is man-machine dialogue is nothing but it is a communication between user and product, and it establishes the message and the dialogue between product and the user. So the branch of engineering called as industrial engineering or industrial design, it deals with the design of man-machine dialogue of you or human-machine interface. So what is this industrial design? It is a multidisciplinary process and it uses many concepts to design the human interface, or which in short we call it as a HMI. So it involves many members, that is design team members, hardware, software engineers, graphic designers, model makers, various stakeholders. And the stakeholders also different categories are there: end users, customers, and influencers. Later we see difference between end users, customers, and influencers. So what is important is industrial design considers that designer view is different and user's view is different. So it is always important to integrate designers as well as users into the design process to understand what are the needs, wants, desires and requirements of users from operating point of view. Now let us concentrate on user-centered design. So whenever we are going to design man-machine dialogue or user interface, the most important thing is we have to consider user at the center of this design. So when we consider user at the center of design, then most important thing is we must understand the user. So we must understand the user means what? We must understand what are the needs, what are the requirements, and what are the desires or wants of the users. So to understand this, we must involve users in the design process. So how to study these needs, requirements or desires? Naturally, it is necessary to study website visits, to get the knowledge about users, to study user profiles, to study focus groups. Lot of things are done to understand the needs of user or requirements of user. So it is very important to consider user interface design as a independent and important problem. Now, as I told previously, that users, influencers and customers are also very important in designing the user interface. Naturally, user is nothing but he is the operator of the device. Who is the customer? Customer is nothing but buyer or purchaser of the product. An influencer is the person who controls over purchase and its use. So if we want to design man-machine dialogue, then considering user at the center, we have to consider the five important elements of successful user interface design. So what these elements are? These elements are cognition, ergonomics, utility, image, ownership, and all these elements they define user interface and they ensure useful functional dialogue or communication between product and user. Now let us study one by one all these elements. Initially we'll take overview of this. What is cognition? Whenever we have to consider cognition element in the design, then cognition is nothing but all the mental tasks or computations involved in operating a particular product or device that comes under cognition. What is ergonomics? Ergonomics is related with the human factors because any product it should be easy to use for any human being. So human factors are considered in this ergonomics. Utility. Utility is very important because any product it should be very easy to use. If the product is not easy to use, then that product will be rejected in the competitive market. So this element that is ease of use or its utility is very important in the design. What is image? Image is nothing but user's perception of the product or and its operation. And ownership is nothing but it is a level of commitment a user exercises to use your product. So all these five elements are interrelated with each other. Let us study about the first element that is cognition. Now this diagram it indicates five elements of human interface and how these five elements are viewed by user as well as by designer. So this diagram indicates that in the conceptual model, we have displayed five elements: cognition, ergonomics, utility, image, and ownership. If we take user's view about this cognition, then user's view is for the cognition, user needs to learn about the product interface. And from the designer's point of view, designers should collect information and use it properly to provide the product interface. This is just simple example. We'll see one by one about this. Let us concentrate about the first element that is cognition. So user always wants to understand product and control over the product. We take example of simple device that is remote control of either TV or VCR. Many a times we have observed that we frequently use only common functions or typical functions or knobs on this TV remote control. We always turn on TV, we always select channels as per our requirement, we control sound of this that is audio. Like this simple operations we perform for this TV remote control or VCR remote control. But if we observe carefully, then this TV or VCR remote control is offering you lot of functions, and these many of these functions people never learn about it, and therefore though this remote control is a product, it is offering you lot of functions or lot of user interface or human machine dialogue, but people never use it. Why people never use it? Because those functions or those knobs are not easy to use. Therefore what is important is utility or ease of use is also important. Another thing is people need to learn about these knobs, functions of these knobs. So whenever people need to learn about the functions of knobs, people need to remember about the functioning, then all this task that is learning, remembering, all this comes under cognition, and therefore cognition is very important in the design. So let us study various aspects of cognition. Just I gave example of remote control, that we need to learn and memorize functions of remote controls. Same is applicable for many devices or front panels of many devices. So what aspects we need to consider under cognition? Various aspects are learning, memory, organization, consistency, and user capabilities. So let us study about the first concept, that is learning. Under the cognition, many of the times it is required by the user to learn or study about various function knobs. So if learning is required, then designer should provide learning in a simple manner. So how designers should provide learning in a simple manner? They should provide incremental instructions for inexperienced users. There are novice users which rarely operate any product. For example, aged people, they need to know about simple knobs, simple functions. So these are inexperienced users, and for them it is very important to provide incremental instructions. We can take simple example of our smartphone. We observe that old age people are not able to use smartphone operations or smartphone functions easily. They find it very difficult to learn these things. Whereas because they are inexperienced users. Whereas if you take young generation, they are very comfortable with all the functions or operations of the smartphone. So here you find clear cut difference between learning of young generation for the smartphone and old age generation for the smartphone. Now for experienced users, learning may be in the form of you may provide shortcuts for simple operations. You may provide relevant context so that they can choose next steps. You can use simple examples in the instructions. We can provide simple menus, GUI icons, windows, menus, buttons, knobs on the front panel so that it will be very easy for user to learn about the interface. Simple thing is, if we take any software, in the software also, if we provide menus, then it is very easy for inexperienced person to operate any software through menus, because menus are giving you short descriptions and you can go step by step by following the menus. Whereas for experienced users, instead of menus, they can use shortcuts for it. Now, another aspect of cognition is memory.